The history of the forest can be told from various perspectives. The drama has a very large cast, composed not only of human characters such as the Indians and European naturalists, but also entities of nature, of the economy, and of society itself. Each can shed some light or furnish information that helps us to understand the whole picture of what has happened over the last 500 years. The Atlantic rainforest in 1500. A forest of extraordinary biodiversity covering about 1,300,000 square kilometers, an exclusively Brazilian forest. The Atlantic rainforest today. All that remains are patches of forest dotted around the south, southeast and northeast of Brazil. The Atlantic rainforest is the fourth most endangered biome in the world. If we look at what remains of the forest today, we can imagine the degree of its biodiversity half a millennium ago. The history of Brazil coincides with the history of the devastation of one of the country's greatest natural assets. It is believed that Brazil owes its name to pau-brasil, a tree native to the Atlantic rainforest. The felling of this tree for its dye represented the first phase of the devastation of the forest following the country's discovery. When Pedro Álvares Cabral arrived in Brazil with his fleet, the forest that he encountered had already been partially altered by the hand of man. The Indians burned stretches of the forest in order to make clearings for planting manioc. The soil soon lost its fertility, however, and new stretches of the forest were cleared by burning. However, it was when the European colonizer arrived that man's relationship with the forest started to have a profoundly damaging effect. Cycles such as that of Brazil wood, sugarcane, gold, coffee, industry, urbanization, and many others each held center stage like characters in a drama. This led to the extraction of products from the forest and the exploitation of its soil. "500 years later, researchers, environmentalists, and institutions such as the Botanical Garden of Rio de Janeiro seek to understand what remains of the Atlantic rainforest and restore a little of its former splendor and grandeur.